Hello, everyone, and I'm up at home doing a Facebook Live feed just to share with the local community, Aikido Montreux, Aikido Vevey, Aikido Lausanne, Aikido Saint Jean Gulf, and the larger EAC community for those of you who are connected with us. And we've had a conference call with some of the EAC uh, senseis, Aikido senseis, and we've been talking with the local teachers running the dojos here, as well as um, being in touch with Miles Kessler and his work with promoting a larger, centered and more um, grounded approach to the coronavirus and how we as Aikidokas, as Aikido communities, can respond. And it's important to be able to acknowledge that this is a time for creative response rather than fearful contraction. And is a lot of fear, a lot of concern, which is totally understandable. But what we're looking at now is exploring different alternatives for sharing community, sharing resources, sharing uh, our experiences in a way that is supportive for the communities that we live in. So, with that in mind, we will be doing a Zoom meeting with all of our students on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, and that's in Switzerland. And if you are interested in attending, we will be sending that out via our newsletter as well as on the WhatsApp group. But contact me directly if you would like to participate. Those of you who are outside of our local community, you're more than welcome to join us, and that gives an opportunity for us to make connections in a larger sense beyond just our local region. And I've written a blog just recently on some of the things that we can pay attention to as we're in quarantine. And there's been a number of posts on Facebook, and I really appreciate the recognition that quarantine can also be fundamentally a moment of retreat, and to bring our attention to the different dimensions and domains of where and how we can um, act and and respond can be extraordinarily helpful in being able to remain centered and creative in this time of crisis. So for me personally, I'm actually dealing with a lot of symptoms of the COVID-19 illness, and I am under quarantine myself, and with the lack of testing in Switzerland, unfortunately, I'm not able to determine whether or not I'm actually carrying it. So I'm acting as if I'm carrying it, which is, what we all need to do if we're dealing with any symptoms. So both Marriott and I are quarantined up here, and we're doing our best to stay healthy and stay positive, and obviously we're lucky enough to be able to have a space to be able to do that, and a lot of people don't have that space. And that's something that touches me deeply, in the sense that there are people who are struggling with this crisis and don't have a tremendous amount of resources. So with that being said, I just want to re-mention that our WhatsApp group for the local community is also a line for requesting help. So if you're out there and part of the Riviera Aikido community, and you need help with accessing food or medicine, or just struggling with a particular issue, reach out and let us know, and we as a community will do the best we possibly can to provide support and aid, or resources that can maybe make things a little bit easier. And we're thinking about all of you, and I know that there's a lot of information going out there, and not all of it is correct, but I think it all comes from a desire that we are fundamentally all caring for each other. And I think what is this is the last thing I'll share is what I find inspiring in the midst of this crisis is that this is the first time, at least in my life that I can remember, that we are facing a crisis at a systemic level, in the sense that we as a planet are facing the same challenges uh, together, and there's no enemy, there's no group of people, there's no other nation, there's no one to fight a war against, and actually the virus itself is not something that you can fight. It's something you have to blend with. It's something that you have to flow with, and it's something that we have to address and respond to. But it's there's no one to bomb, there's no one to shoot, there's no one to kill. Our ideas of responding to crisis, our old ideas of responding to crisis are obsolete. And the only way we can actually address this is to come together as a system, as a group, as a planet. And we're actually, as humans, are awakening to a fundamental realization that we are becoming globally conscious and systemic conscious, and the realization that we exist as one system. And for this, I'm grateful. And despite the fact that it is causing tremendous amount of anxiety and fear and death, there is a lot of that happening, and this is a terrible thing, and nothing to celebrate or to whitewash. But at the same time, we are looking at moving into a new era of our experience as human beings. And this, for myself personally, I welcome. And so sending out a positive wish for everyone's well-being, and look for our announcement for the Zoom meeting that will be happening on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Montreux time, Swiss time, Central European time. And all are welcome. And of course, we will be addressing what to do at the level of our community, and options on how to continue our progression on the path of Aikido. All right, take care, all, and hope to see you. Hope to see you soon, at least online.